Never got round to going through it fully, but again, this is an introduction. In the Move On course, we shall be discussing eye accessing cues and practicing them at length. Eye accessing cues are based on known as obviously non-verbal behaviour, and we also discussed this in the first class that 93% of our communication is non-verbal, and by studying a person's eyes you can learn much about them and about their thought process. And some would go far to say that you can determine when they are trying to deceive you, and I'll let you to be the judge of that. Now, visually orientated people tend to look up when they're thinking a lot. Now, auditorily orientated people tend to look to the sides as they are thinking. And kinesthetic or feeling type people tend to look down as they think. Now, visually orientated people tend to look up. Just a quick recap: auditory to the sides, kinesthetic down, and finally we have another one which we all do, an internal dialogue. When we're talking to ourselves, basically, we tend to look down and up. Okay, so in a visual mode, this is basically what it is. As you can see, the left side is often constructed images and the right side is remembered images. Visualizing, constructing or lying, visualizing remembered images, auditory construction sounds, auditory remembering, kinesthetic checking out feelings, and kinesthetic having an internal dialogue. This is the general basis for majority of the population. Again, the important note is when people are thinking, they have access to different parts of the brain, and to retrieve those different parts of information they have to move their eyes inadvertently in the parts of the brain that they are trying to access when thinking. So the most important factor here is it's to their own processing habits. Now, everyone's habits are different. So, for example, some people may recall an auditory event when they look to their left, and some people may recall an auditory event when they look towards their right. So, the most important factor here is to get a baseline first. So here's a bit of a practical that I just wanted to show you, and take it from there.
You grew up when you were small.
White.
What would the front door look like if it was covered in graffiti?
Look a mess.
What does your mother's voice sound like?
Soft.
What would her voice sound like if she had a witch's voice?
She'd sound like grot bags.
And if you were walking on the beach, you have no socks on, walking in the sand, what would that feel like?
It would feel cold and wet.
And can you recite for me the 13 times table, just in your mind, not out loud, just in your mind? That's great. Thank you. That's brilliant. Thank you.
Summary on eye accessing cues. Thank you very much.